Hello, welcome, welcome back. What are we talking about? So if you're online or you're in any kind of political sector, one of the growing questions and debates, growing, it's already there, is are online conservatives calling for the genocide of LGBT people, and the answer is yes. The answer is absolutely 110% yes. You can't escape that. You can't get away from that because it's an objective fact. And they'll hurl the usual it's just you work for the ADL, shut up Soros, that's whatever, something. They'll I wish I wish I were getting paid. I'm not gonna. No, but in all seriousness though, and I'm not alleging that, because this is the other playbook they'll run. So, we just want to ban surgeries for kids, and we just stay away from the kids, and second thing. Well, it's not. I'm not even saying that. I'm not saying that you're trying to genocide or oppress or what have you. That's not the argument I'm making. The argument I'm making is that there's just such a clear-cut, and obviously nobody really knows or whatever, and what people would really do if they ever gotten powerful, and a lot of these people will never, run for political office, never mind being, president or prime minister of any country. That being said, they are absolutely pushing this, and it's really the dishonesty. It's really the constant, whenever you accuse them of this game, they don't seem to have any coherent response. If you sit there and you're like, well, you want to put gay people in camps, they're like, no, that would make me a neo-Nazi, and I'm not a neo-Nazi, that's just something the SPLC calls conservatives. That's only a phrase the ADL uses. It's only a phrase that the left calls everybody, accuses everybody of wanting to put gay people in internment camps and blah 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 blah. Okay, so you don't want to put. Okay, that's one option crossed off the list. And then if you sit there and say, oh well, you think people should be free to do, you think it's okay to be, gay or whatever, it's like, no, that's liberalism, not conservatism, or, whatever. It's like, okay, you don't think it's okay to be gay, you think we should teach that it's not going to be gay, but, you think private property rights, and everybody has the right to do in the confines of their own home what they want, and, state of the bedroom, and that kind of thing. It's like, no, that's libertarianism, not conservatism. That's what they'll tell you. That's libertarianism, not conservatism. We acknowledge that, libertarianism is different from conservatism. So you're not into liberalism, you're not into libertarianism, you're not into, so it's like, well, you think the state should stay out of people's affairs. It's like, that's libertarianism, not conservatism. Okay, well, we're running out of options. We're running out of options. I mean, you can't. And then they say, they just want to go back to, 2016, 2015, and it's like, well, that's libertarianism, liberalism. That's not conservatism. That's not, And they'll say, look, and another thing too, another example of this is we used to work using the state to legislate morality. It's like, okay, well, if you believe homosexuality and being trans is degenerate and immoral, and you believe morality should be legislated by the state, you basically mean it should be against the law to be gay. Like, that's what you're arguing. It's just common sense, it's logic, that's the only rational explanation for what you're thinking there. And it's just, look, the dishonesty keeps going more and more. It's like, another example of this is, there's always this meme of, like, it's not happening, and then it's happening, and oh, it's great that it is happening. That's something that they accuse the left of doing. Well, there's a conservative version of this as well, right? I mean, it's like, well, Christian nationalism isn't happening, that's an ADL conspiracy theory, that's an SPLC, Soros, Guardian, New York Times, blah, blah, whatever. And, oh, actually, we are Christian nationalists, and there's nothing wrong with being Christian nationalists, and, the founding fathers were Christian nationalists, which isn't somewhat true, but somewhat a little dishonest. But anyways, they were, white Christian nationalists, in other words. But it's like, okay, well, it's like, it's another example. It's like, oh, well, what does that mean? And it's like, and the book, well, we, oppose the separation of church and state. It's like, well, that basically means that that's a theocracy. I mean, any fundamental definition is theocracy.